Division of Water with Cecil Lockerbie on it as one of our employees.
Yes, he didn't
He's
show
not-
up for work. He didn't come in. He was supposed to start Monday, but he did not show up. So I sent another document telling them that he is not, to remove his name, okay?
And what about the lady that,
Now, she's still she's still in line to come to work for us. If she passes the test, we're gonna hire him as a water plant
she's
operator.
from
Arizona. She's relocating to Harlan County.
I had asked for that resume today and I never did
I
get
didn't
it.
get to see the resume. How old is she now?
Did she ask for a resume?
70?
65, 60.
I saw them there.
Well, hey, she's
It doesn't
fit
really
now.
matter
I
about
mean,
that as long as she can pass all the, I think there's 50 pound, 60 pound, all that
Yeah.
testing, rigmarole.
she was a professor. She taught, worked in the State Department of Water in Arizona, and she just has family here in Harlan County, and she wants to move back over here. And she's retired. She got Social Security and everything, but she's got a Class 4 certification and a all the certifications
Who is it
with the state of Arizona.
Yeah.
No.
You have copies
That's the
of
reason
it?
Yeah,
I want a copy
she-
of her resume.
She's
If it's in the state of Arizona, it wouldn't be valid.
No, well,
to take it.
she's gonna take the test in Kentucky anyway, okay? She'll be taking the test in the state of Kentucky. If she passes that, then I can give her a job as a water plant operator.
Well, I would still
We have
say-
one.
How in the world did she
This
find
We
paper
have
out?
one.
says
Have
that
one
she
what?
had to give them a
Crystal
resume,
Bradley
and I'd
is
still
your-
like to have it.
Well,
Operator,
we
what?
need 4. We actually need 5.
You gonna
Because
pay them all $20 an hour?
no, she's not getting
We-
no,
we
this is
better get
$15 an
one.
hour.
We just going over this money problem.
You sure we are.
I don't know why we need another
We don't.
No,
supervisor.
no.
We got to cut costs. We
That's-
can't
We
do this.
don't have positions for that.
We don't have position for one.
No, you don't have, no, you got a 16-hour shift, 7 days a week. How can one man do that? You got,
You got the guys under him that work the water plant when he's not there.
but each one of these people have to be certified. We only got 2.
But not all of them have to carry a class 4 to be there.
No, they have to have a class, we don't have a, you don't seem to understand.
Mr. Lockerbie doesn't have a class 4 either.
No,
Who don't?
Mr.
Long,
Lockerbie.
he's
Well, he-
class
he's-
3.
Well, he does have a class for
No.
what?
No,
He doesn't. I checked on it.
Does he
Class
don't-
3.
Don't you have his record back
It's
there?
listed with the state
Well,
as
it
class
don't matter.
3.
He's not working for the
State
city
says
anyway.
class 3.
Okay, we could use the class 3, that's all we,
Anyway,
I
our
just wondered
requirement.
this real quick, how did somebody in Arizona find out that did we advertise for this job?
We
Nope.
did, we sent
How
out,
did
I
this-
sent out letters and
Where was it
everything.
at?
To where?
I didn't send one to her. She came here and spoke to Otis Lewis in Harlan to ask him if he would hire her down there.
Well,
I'm
do
just
you have an
wondering-
objection to us seeing her resume? I had asked for that.
I
I called 2 times and asked for it. It says right in here that she's got a resume.
yeah,
Well, so I'd like to see a copy of it to take home with me.
And I
And we're
need
gonna
to
make
know
an
who's gonna
offer.
get the money to pay for this.
$15
We don't have any,
That's what
we
we were
can't even
talking
meet the
about.
We're
payroll.
talking about
wait a
cutting
minute
down.
now.
We got to
How's it
just
gonna
shut
be
it
used?
down
well,
until we.
you know, the 16 hours overtime we had to pay last week
And we
was
can't
because
even
we didn't have
pay
another
our own.
operator. Yeah, we only have 3 operators working 7 days a week, 16 hours
Is
a
somebody
day.
on vacation or anything?
This guy was on bereavement leave.
Okay, that's not, something's gonna
I
happen all the
understood
time
that
though.
one of the workers.
No, but
Somebody's gonna have a death in the family. I'm sorry, you just can't help that. And
Well, I
when you
would think
have a couple of days of overtime,
It sounds more
You can't help
logical
it.
to pay somebody overtime for about 2 or 3 days than to
Than
pay
just to
somebody
hire somebody.
$15 an hour for a full-time position.
But
That's
you
the,
gotta figure out what the state requires you to have.
We have enough people qualified right now, Mayor.
You have 2 people qualified and 1 trainee.
Well,
I mean,
if they're
yeah,
training up, we're covered. We have the best water quality that right now,
that's what the state
with
said
the
too.
ones we've got working, that we have ever had.
well, we've done a lot of work on the
Somebody
water.
told me we had
Because
some of the
these
best
men that
employees.
are working at your department up there are doing an excellent job. You need to give them credit for
I
it.
do give him credit for it.
And Chris has also saved us buku of money by changing chemicals. He researched it.
Yes.
You need to give him a pat on the back. We don't need to be trying to bring somebody else in to.
I'm not, I've been looking for a water plant operator. They're
I
rare.
didn't
They
know
are
that.
rare to find,
Do you ever threaten somebody else's job with hiring somebody else like that?
No, What, just if somebody go in and be a water plant
Like
operator?
you wanna replace Chris and
He's
is
excellent.
No.
that why you wanna hire?
She couldn't replace Chris.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I really am. I truly mean that. The next thing I had just one thing. Does anybody know, I asked Robin earlier, the name of the park that's behind Hardee's there, that city park?
Somewhere else called it Short Street Park.
Is it the park? It's a city park, but I don't see any name on it of what it would be called.
I don't believe it's got a name.
Well, I don't either. And the only thing, I brought it up because Miss Bowyer sat on this council 30-something years. And I've thought about it ever since she passed away. I even thought about the park that we named after Mr. Frazier, naming it after Miss Bowyer's. I'd like to make a motion tonight to name that park the Norma Bowyer's Memorial Park.
That would be good. That's very good. Yeah.
I mentioned that one time, then forgot about it.
It's just been on my mind a lot. The woman dedicated over
did.
30
She
or
was-
40
oh, she
years.
was-
I mean, really, I mean, she was
She,
really
you talk about a
dedicated.
good-hearted person, she would give you the shirt off
You
her
better
back.
believe
And when
it,
they
yeah.
had these auctions, she'd come out with boxes of brand-new items
Yeah.
for them to auction off.
She sure did.
And she
You
was-
wouldn't, you just wouldn't find, she was one of those, she was a stickler, man. I mean, she'd tell you how it was, whether you were her friend or her enemy, she'd tell you like it was.
Somebody got a second?
I second it.
Roll call vote?
I'm glad you thought of it. I forgot about it.
Bush?
I thought about
Yes.
it. I said, we need to do something.
Dixon. Elliott,
We did. Yes.
Jerry Gillum,
Yes.
Vaughn Gillum,
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
And Raleigh.
Yes. And, you know, we need to get a little sign made of it. It don't have to be anything fancy, like we did for the bridge over here for Nicey, just something to stick up there.
When we get our finances up a
Yeah.
little bit.
If nothing else, I'll tell you what I'll do. Don't worry about it, I'll come up with
I was
that.
gonna say, I'll donate
Well,
money
I'll
myself
donate
for
you some
that,
money.
so
I'll
yeah,
come
I'd
up.
donate
That
money
could be
myself
county
for that.
donation too.
It's not, probably no more than $150 to get it.
Well, I
We
could
can get
make,
a part of it.
I could donate the sign if there's no objection.
I have no objection to that.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
okay.
I mean, it is there to be anything fancy, you know,
We're
but
gonna be posted out our corner somewhere.
it's a nice park and.
We've got some posts at the maintenance.
Yeah,
center.
we probably got a post, we just need to sign. But at the same time, I mean, the park is ours and it's well maintained, and the good thing is the public's there.
Yeah.
So it gets looked after. It's not a bunch of vandalism where somebody's just gonna come in and steal it.
And what are we gonna name it again? What was the
The
motion?
Norma Bowyer's Memorial
Norma
Park.
G.
Okay.
Boyer?
Yeah.
That's right, I couldn't
Yeah.
think of her.
Norma Jean.
Norma Jean.
Yeah. Norma J.
Norma Jean.
Norma Jean, okay.
Anybody that never met her would never forget her, I can tell you that.
Amen.
Is that all you have, Charles?
That's all I have.
You ought to name it The Mop Has Flopped.
Yeah.
That was one of her,
Flop
that was
park.
one of her favorites.
I don't know if I'd wanna go to that one or not. I believe I'd stay away from that one. Oh, mercy.
It was.
No, the only one thing I had is what Ron had brought up about the Dixon's Road up there, like up there. That's the only thing I had, cause I had that wrote down as a note, so.
Okay. I hear a motion we adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I second. We done all that while they're just stood there talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we released everybody and they're stood there talking.
We didn't do public comment.
I guess that was the lady that was here that was gonna
Oh,
bring
okay.
up something that I have no clue what
I
she's
just
gonna
did
bring
slip my mind.
up.
We'll have to hang on to that, 'cause I don't know how good that